Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a first quarter moon practice for the first quarter moon for February 26th of 2026. First quarter moons are all about taking actionable steps. We set new intentions and new goals and new dreams and new desires with the new moon, especially because it was the Chinese New Year and the solar eclipse. So a lot of powerful newness happening in the most recent new moon. And we set a lot of intentions there. And so the first quarter moon asks us, okay, you have these dreams and these desires and goals. What are you going to do to make these reality? And this particular first quarter moon is positioned in Gemini. And Gemini is very intellectual, very creative, innovative, flexible. They add a lot of thought. Like they take the time to think about what they're doing. And that really lends itself well to the first quarter moon, right? Like we get to use their creativity, we get to use their adaptability and find ways to make the path ahead work so that we can actually make our dreams reality. We are also now in the season of Pisces, and Pisces is the dreamer of the zodiac. That's what they are known as. They are very creative. They tap deep into their intuition, and they have a very strong connection to the creative, to the dreamy aspects of creative. Like they imagine things and in this world of imagination, they can really find creative elements and aspects of things. So that also lends itself well to the first quarter moon, because you can again take that idea of creativity and apply it to, all right, how can we move forward? So we get to tap into that creative part of our brain and the thinking part of our brain, like with Gemini, and be like, okay, we can take these steps to work towards our goals, making them reality. So we're going to do a lot with approaching things differently today. We're going to do a lot with opening up that mind space and allowing ourselves focus so that we can really trust in that creative intuition and allow the journey forward to unfold. So I hope you'll join me as we take these actionable steps. We're going to start seated on the mat. I'm going to meet you over there in just a moment. Just find a comfortable seat, cross-legged, however is good for you to just sit and arrive at your mat. We're just going to all sit here. An easy seat, Sukhasana, as they call it. And we're going to begin with our breath work. And this is simply called creative breathing. This is a breath work that is going to clear our heads, open up the creative aspects of our brains, and allow ourselves to focus on that so we can allow the path forward to start to unfold so we can take those actionable steps. And this is a simple breathing exercise. It's more of a visualization than it is breathing, but we incorporate it with breathing as we begin. All we're going to do is take deep breaths in and out through the nose. And as we breathe in, we're going to imagine this wave, these gentle waves coming in to our brains and clearing out all the mental clutter, the things that, like the debris that doesn't suit us right now, so that we can clear our thinking mind and allow our exhales to wash that debris away so that the path forward is more clear and that we open that creative aspect of our brain. Let's take 4 or 5 deep breaths in and out together, imagining those waves coming in. And as you exhale, imagine those waves clearing away all that extra clutter, all that extra mind mess. Inhale, wave in. Exhale, let all the extra go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let that wave wash in your brain. And exhale, let it pull away anything that we don't need. One more deep breath in. One long breath out to let it all go. Take a moment or two to return to your normal breathing pattern. If your eyes were closed or you had a soft gaze, maybe you gently flutter those eyelids open now and arrive here on your mat. To begin our gentle movement practice, we're going to take our hands, palms down onto our knees to kind of pull our chest upright. And we're going to just take some gentle hip circles here in Sukhasana, kind of undulating through our spine, kind of like a spiral cat-cow, but seated, if you will, kind of stirring the pot like our torso is a spoon and we are stirring the ladle of our pelvis, our pelvic girdle. And then if you, whatever way you were going, take a moment and switch directions. Just stir that pot, welcoming some movement in your spine, loosening through the hips. When you're ready, come back to a seat, and we're going to make our way to tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, nice tall spine. Now before we do anything in this posture, we are going to take our hands and we're going to flip the fingertips towards our body so that our wrists are pointed out. This is not a common way of taking tabletop position, and it could be a little intense. So if you need to back off just slightly, you have a very, very intense stretch in your forearms right now. Take a moment or two here, just feeling that stretch. If it's uncomfortable for you, you're welcome to turn your wrists at any time. But if you are okay in this position and you would like, you can join me in taking a couple of rounds of cat-cow with your wrists split. Taking a creative way of doing our cat-cow while also finding extra stretch and release. Just a few rounds in your own breath, your own time, your own rhythm. And again, you can turn those wrists forward at any point whenever you feel like, oh, I'm tapping out. That's enough on that one for me. One more round wherever you are. And we will all return to tabletop, and we will all turn our wrists the normal way. Now, if you only just turned your wrists forward, maybe you want to lean a little bit forward on them to kind of stretch through the wrist the other way. Find your tabletop position. On an inhale, we're going to take our left hand and reach it towards the sky and look towards that palm. Exhale, bring that hand down once again. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, down. Two more like that on the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Now we will do that on the right hand side. So inhale, lift your right arm to the sky. Exhale, bring it back down to tabletop. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, back down to tabletop. Now walk your hands just a little bit forward, curl those toes, and when you're ready, lift those hips to the sky and make your way to downward facing dog. If your heels don't reach the floor right now, that is perfectly fine. They may be far up. That is also okay, especially if you're extremely tight in the back of those legs. But just try to make your heels, have them make their way towards the bottom of the mat, towards the floor. Take some movement if you want, pedal those heels if you want to find stillness with me. Just one more breath here, just holding this downward facing dog. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift our right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot between your hands, as many steps as you need to get there. We're going to stay up off that left heel and rise on up. Arms up high, high lunge. Nice strong posture, nice forward thinking, forward momentum posture. Taking that creative energy. One more breath in here. On an exhale, we're going to take our right elbow to our right thigh, resting that arm on your right thigh, leaning over that arm, left arm up overhead, reaching towards the top corner of the room, side angle pose, stretching and releasing, also forward momentum. One more breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to spin that back heel, that left heel down towards the back right corner of the mat. Reach your right arm behind you, your left arm forward as you bend or your right arm forward as you bend into that right knee, looking over that right middle finger in Warrior Two. Once again, this forward momentum, looking ahead to see the journey ahead of us. One more breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to come back up off that left heel. Bring your left arm forward now and open your right arm behind you. And we're going to look to the right hand side in a twisted lunge. Very strong posture, creative thinking posture. One more breath in. As you breathe out, hands frame the foot planted on the mat. You can either step back and go right to downward dog, or you can step back to high plank. Take chaturanga. Press up to upward facing dog and lift those heels up, or those hips up, sorry. In downward facing dog. Take a moment, find your down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Left foot between the hands, up on the right heel. Rise on up, sinking into that left knee. High lunge. Take some deep breaths here. Strong, high energy. One more breath in. On your breath out, take that left elbow to that left thigh. Open that right shoulder towards the sky. Right arm comes up overhead towards the ceiling at an angle, creating one long line from your fingertips to your heel on the right side. Side angle pose. Strong breath, strong pose. One more breath in. As you breathe out, spin that right heel so that it comes to the back left corner of the mat. Right arm comes behind, left arm comes forward. Sink into that left knee. Look over those left fingertips. Warrior Two. Looking ahead at the pathway ahead. We are clearing our head so that we can take that creative energy between Gemini and Pisces and take those actionable steps with this first quarter moon. One more breath in here. On an exhale, turn your hips back towards the front. coming up off that right heel. Right hand comes forward now, left arm behind as you turn your torso to look to the left wall. Strong posture. Takes a lot of focus, a lot of creative energy. One more breath in. As you breathe out, bring your hands to frame the foot. Once again, this time we're going to drop onto our right knee. Bring our left knee to join it in tabletop. Inhale, right leg comes parallel to your spine. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Right foot comes between the hands, staying down on that left knee. Sink into that right knee and rise on up, arms overhead in a low lunge. So we're going to inhale, press on up so that you kind of create this 90-degree angle with your right leg. And it's going to lift your hips up just a little bit, arms up to the sky. We're going to flow 3 times, sinking down into those hips. And as we sink down, we're going to cactus our arms open. So we're going to inhale up, pressing on up like this. Exhale, cactus those arms as you sink forward into those hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms. 1 more breath in like this, and then we're going to reach those hands behind us. Clasp your hands if you can. If you can't, you just can grab opposite elbows. But clasp those hands, reach that fist down towards the floor, opening that chest a little bit more. And as you exhale, we're going to bow forward, keeping our legs as they are in a low lunge, humble warrior. Surrendering, clearing your head. 1 more breath in like this. As you exhale, frame that foot with your hands, planting those hands. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Find your tabletop once again. And then on an inhale, left leg comes parallel to the spine. Exhale, left foot as many steps as you need to get there between the hands. Stay on that right knee. Rise on up, arms overhead, low lunge. Once again, lift up on those hips, creating that 90-degree angle with your hips, arms up to the sky. And we're going to take that cactus flow on this side. Inhale up, exhale cactus as you sink down. Inhale up, exhale cactus down. Inhale up, exhale cactus. Last one up, exhale cactus. Arms open, holding your chest open for a breath or 2 like this. And as you're ready, either grab opposite elbows behind, opposite wrists, maybe clasp those hands and reach that fist towards the bottom of the mat, opening your chest. Keeping your legs as they are. Inhale, and then exhale. Bow over towards the right. Humble warrior, low lunge. Clearing that clutter in our minds to create that forward thinking and clear the space for creativity. 1 more breath in here. Exhale, hands plant around the foot and bring the left knee to meet the right. Now you might want to walk those knees back just a little bit so you're sort of in a plank on your knees. And then on an exhale, bring those hips to meet the heels in child's pose, keeping the arms out long ahead of you with that sort of long length. Because on an inhale, we're going to come forward back into that kneeling plank. But then you're going to pull that chest through into a high cobra. Exhale. Child's pose. Let's flow through that 3 more times. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's. Inhale, cobra, and hold here. One more inhale here. And on an exhale, we're going to lower to our bellies. You can come all the way down, stacking your palms on top of each other and resting your forehead on your palms. But so that you can hear me, I'm going to stay up as I talk to you about what we are going to do. When everybody is ready, you're going to keep your arms long in front of you, as though you were going to take seal pose. We are not going to take seal pose, but they're going to stay long in front of us. And then on an inhale, we're going to raise our head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, lifting those arms up like this. And then we're going to take 3 rounds where we cactus our arms here in half locust, just like this, in a flow. So take another round of breath in your crocodile pose. When you're ready, reach those arms forward. On your next inhale, head, neck, shoulders, arms come up. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. And exhale, plant those hands under your shoulders. When you are ready, once again, make your way to tabletop position. We're getting close to winding down, everybody. I know we've had a lot of kind of active energy today, but it's a very active moon with a lot of forward momentum and forward thinking and creativity. So we're stirring those pots and clearing the way to continue that journey ahead. On your next inhale, raise that right leg parallel to the spine. And then exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that right foot forward between the hands. Straighten through the leg and keep the hips square to the front and up over that left knee. You're in a half splits. If you need blocks or books to either side of the foot to kind of elevate you a little bit in half splits so you're not so deep into it, please feel free. Get a nice stretch for that back of that thigh. One more breath in here. Find a soft bend in that knee when you're ready, and if you need to, you can kind of plant that foot on the mat, keeping your legs in this position. But we're going to inhale, rising our torso up so that our spine is aligned over that left upper leg. And when you're ready, if you need to also, you can come up on those left toes as so, sort of like that little kickstand. And we're going to do a half camel variation, where we reach that left hand to meet that left heel, right arm comes up and overhead. Woo! It is a bit of a balance challenge. Here in a half splits camel. One more breath in here. Exhale, come all the way up. Plant those hands, bring that knee to meet the left. If you fall, that is okay. Like I said, it's a bit of a balance challenge. It's kind of a creative way of taking camel, creative way of stretching. Find some playfulness. Gemini is all about the playfulness. One more breath in and out here in tabletop, just resetting. And then on your next inhale, left leg comes parallel to the spine. Exhale as many steps as you need to bring that left foot forward between the hands, keeping the hips square to the front and up over that right knee now. Take that half splits, however is comfortable for you, over this left leg. If you need those blocks or books, please take them. If you need to inch forward even more, give yourself a little more into this side. Do that as whatever calls to you. Find your edge and either meet it or back off of it, as I always say. No need to kill yourself or go hard or go home here. I say find ease, find peace. Whenever you're ready, like I said, if it's easier for you to find stability by planting that left foot now as you rise on up so that your spine is in line with that right thigh now, please do. Slowly, if you need to come up on those right toes, you do. Slowly as you're ready. Woo! If you need a block for stability, find that too. Reach that right hand towards that right heel now. Left arm up and overhead in this half splits camel variation. And when you're ready, whoa! I'm glad I have that wall there. Saved me a few times in this one. That's a challenge. As you're ready, bring yourself all the way back to tabletop and then make your way to a seated position once again. If you were in cross-legged before for Sukhasana, maybe you switch the crossing of your legs this time. We are going to end with a twist and then end our meditation in Sukhasana. Excuse me. So find your comfortable seat, and as I said, if you need to switch the crossing of your legs just to find a little bit more balance in your hips, please do. When you're ready, inhale, lift that right arm to the sky. Bring the right palm to the left knee. Bring your left hand behind you as sort of a kickstand and turn your neck to look over at that left shoulder in an easy seat twist. Kind of letting go, unwinding. With every exhale, imagine yourself just wringing out a little bit more. Maybe you can even bring some extra subtle movement into that twist. One more breath in here. As you exhale, come back to center, and then inhale, bring that left arm to the sky, then across to that right knee. Right arm swims behind and twist, looking over the right shoulder now. Wringing out all of that last little bit that doesn't serve us so we can really clear that way forward. Find that path ahead. Open that creative space. One more breath in here. As you exhale, come back to center. And maybe you want to keep your palms up on your knees. Maybe you want them palms down. Maybe you'd like hands at prayer at your heart. But take a moment, slow the breath, maybe gently close your eyes or find a soft gaze. But really arrive here in your Sukhasana as I walk you through our first quarter moon meditation. Gently close your eyes or find that soft gaze now and begin to tune in to your breath. Allow the rhythm of your breathing to become regulated, pulling your inhales through your nose, your throat, your sides, and eventually your belly. As you exhale, let your belly soften back until all of the air is out and your body has softened. As we steady the pace of our breathing, we also steady the rhythm of our minds. With each breath, allow your body to relax more deeply, your mind to clear, and your heart to open. Feel yourself becoming more present with every moment. Feel your breath moving through your nostrils, filling you with cooling air under this first quarter moon. Let the muscles of your eyes soften and unclench your jaw. Drop your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Relax. Relax. As you settle into this moment, bring your awareness to the first quarter moon. This moon represents a time of action, decision-making, and significant emotional insight. Feel the energy of this moon phase as it encourages you to move forward with your goals and intentions. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, soften deeper into your body and your mind, beginning to turn inwards. Now visualize yourself standing at a crossroads, each path representing a different choice or direction aligned with your intentions. Notice any feelings that may arise as you gaze down these paths. Are there any hesitations, excitement, fear? Allow these emotions to surface without judgment, without reaction. Each feeling has a story to tell. Take a moment and listen to what those stories are trying to communicate. With each breath you take, you can dive deeper into these emotions. What memories or past experiences are they tied to? And instead of reliving these memories, give yourself permission to acknowledge them and the feelings that they invoke. If there's sadness or loss, give yourself a moment to grieve, to honor that part of your past. If there's anger or frustration, if there's happiness or joy, allow yourself to sit with those emotions. Take deep breaths as you feel what you need to feel and allow them to pass. With each exhale, feel yourself releasing the burden of expectations, both of your own and those imposed by others. Embrace the liberation that comes from just being your authentic self, free from the need to conform to who you think you should be, and simply exist in this moment. And now, as you embrace this authenticity, consider the boundaries you may need to establish to protect this genuine expression of yourself. Visualize setting these boundaries gently but firmly, creating a space where you feel safe, valued, and understood. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Release any lingering heaviness and begin to refocus on the intentions you set during the new moon. Feel the building blocks of these intentions taking form around you. Each block a step closer to what you wish to manifest by the full moon. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and know that you are moving forward. Now take a few more deep breaths, each one grounding you further into the present moment. With each inhale, draw in the strength and clarity. And with each exhale, release any remaining doubts or fears. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Invite movement into your body, slowly and softly. As you're ready, open your eyes and return to the room with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. Carry the sense of clarity and focus forward. Nurture your intentions as they grow towards fruition. Thank yourself for taking time to connect to yourself and the moon's energy during this first quarter phase. I also wish to thank you for joining me in this practice, and I hope you found some creativity and some clarity and some time for yourself. Maybe you surprised yourself. Maybe you stumbled like I did. That's okay too. Thank you for taking this joyous journey with the moon, with this community, and with me. And from my heart to yours, namaste until the full moon.